Hello and welcome to the first video on this channel. So, the idea behind this channel is to tackle various philosophical problems and questions in a way that is accessible and open to everyone, not just philosophers, not just academics, everyone. And I asked on Twitter, what should the first question or the first topic be? And you really didn't want to give me an easy job, because the most liked tweet was about time. And there was also another tweet about time and eternity. So if I manage to explain such a complicated topic, which is both complicated in philosophy but also in physics, if I manage to explain it in a really simple manner, then perhaps there's still hope for this channel. So without further ado, let us have a look at some of the key concepts in the debate today in the philosophy of time. And one of the key questions certainly is, how is time ordered? Or how are temporal positions ordered? And the views don't really have creative names here. One of them is the A series and one of them is the B series. And under the A series, which is also connected to the A theory, like I said, not very creative names, the A series thinks that temporal positions are defined in virtue of temporal properties. So to put that in a simpler way, this moment, this temporal position, has the temporal property of being now, at least for me. These properties, according to the A series and the A theorist, which follows from the A series, are real. So a temporal position can have a property such as being 2 days past, being 2 days future, being now, and so on. To put it in a simpler way, they believe that there is an order to time, to temporal positions, and that order is based on what kind of temporal properties these positions have. And obviously that constantly changes, so there is a sort of flow. You get the flow of time. And the A series therefore is very much in line with the way we normally think about time. In fact, some A theorists accept a more specific claim about time called presentism. And presentism is the claim that only the present is real. And it is always true that only the present exists, which is again very much in line with the way we probably normally think about time. Other A theorists accept the growing universe theory of time, which says that both the present but also the past exist. The universe is growing or unfolding because more things are being added to it, more time is being added to it constantly by the present. And this is not a type of presentism, because it is not the case that only the present exists. In contrast to the A series, the B series says the temporal positions are ordered based on relations, two-way relations, such as 1 day earlier than or simultaneous with, so in relation to some other moment in time basically. Accordingly, the B theory says that there are no fixed temporal properties that determine the ordering of time. All supposed talk of A properties such as being now or being 2 days past can be reduced to these relational B-type properties. For example, when I say that the year 1992, when I was born, has the property of being in the past, all I'm really saying is that 1992 is earlier than this moment. So really all talk of time passing or flowing and so on, according to the B theorist, is just an illusion. To say that time passes, or that there is a flow of time and so on, that there is a sort of determined ordering of temporal positions. It's just based on the way we perceive the world, but it is not real. Now, some B theorists accept eternalism, which is the claim that there is no true objective present. It is another non-presentist theory, and according to eternalism, the present, the past and the future all equally exist. A connected idea is four-dimensionalism, which is a view that an object's persistence through time is like its extension in space. It's analogous to the way it is extended in space. So an object which is existing in time has temporal parts, while an object that is existing in space has spatial parts. So you can see the analogy really. It is very much connected to an idea about the persistence of our identity, a view called perdurantism. So according to perdurantism, we do not exist only in the present moment. We are sort of stretched out throughout time. So from the past, in the present, in the future. Popularly, this is called a space-time worm. But I'm only mentioning this really to illustrate what the notion of temporal part might mean. And I don't think it is necessary to go into further detail for now. And now for the most interesting part of this video, at least in my opinion. It is John McTaggart, Alice McTaggart's, and yes, that's a real name, argument against the reality of time, which he introduced in his book in 1908. the unreality of time, and it is still discussed today. So he argued that there is no such thing as time, and that the appearance of a temporal order is a mere appearance. It is an illusion pertaining to the way we perceive reality. So McTaggart introduced the distinction between the A series, where time is ordered based on temporal properties, and the B series, where time is ordered only relationally. Then McTaggart argued that the B series alone cannot constitute a proper time series, because it doesn't allow for the flow or passage of time as we commonly or normally understand it. It doesn't allow for there to be an objective present, since all temporal positions are only defined relationally. Because of that, he argued that the A series must be essential for time, because it allows for change, it allows for that flow, because some temporal positions are now, some are in the past, and this is very much in line with the way we understand time. However, McTaggart says that the A series is inherently contradictory. He says that A properties are mutually incompatible, which means that any given time position cannot have at the same time the property of being in the past and the property of being in the future. Now, there is a way of avoiding this problem, and it is by saying that a temporal position has the property of being in the past at time t1 and the property of being in the future at time t2. But I think we all see where this is going. It is an infinite regress. And as McTaggart says, for all the temporal properties that you use to define that temporal position, you need to give an equivalent explanation, and then another, and so on ad infinitum. To conclude, McTaggart says that the A series leads to contradiction, and this contradiction cannot be solved. And there can be no time without the A series, because the A series is the only thing that can enable the flow of time. So he concludes that time is unreal, and all appearances that suggest that there is a temporal order are, according to McTaggart, in some way illusory. So to recap, we have discussed the A series and the B series, and accordingly the A theory and the B theory. We have discussed eternalism, presentism, the growing universe theory, perdurantism, four-dimensionalism, various concepts, but I think the most interesting one was definitely the argument by McTaggart that time doesn't exist. And I want to know what you think. Which theory do you think is the most convincing and why? And also please let me know which question or topic you would like to see addressed in the next video. You can add me on Twitter or just leave a comment down below. Oh, I really always wanted to say that. Now I really feel like a YouTuber. Anyways, please also let me know how did you like the video quality, the sound quality, and the content quality as well. Thank you very much for watching this. Please like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. Also press the notification bell. And this is it really. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.